My role more broadly is to be the national lead for the crime types of child protection and human trafficking for the AFP. And then for Northern Command, I look after child exploitation investigation teams, human trafficking teams and a cybercrime team in Brisbane and in Cairns. And then specifically in ACE, I have two teams. One is the online child safety team and they're responsible for the Think You Know initiative. I also have the prevention and engagement team here at ACE and they're responsible for managing all the wonderful relationships we have with NGOs and various other stakeholders who have a role to play in helping keep kids safe online. I've had a variety of different roles and I've worked in different crime types including drug investigations, surveillance, fraud and anti-corruption, child protection and learning and development as well. There's probably two things that I'm really proud of. One is that I was responsible for the initial conceptualisation and then building and then maintenance of the Investigators Toolkit that sits on the hub. I'm really proud of what I was able to achieve without being at all technical, but learnt a lot along the way, and I still believe it was a really good idea, and I'm really pleased to see how embraced it is by AFP investigators. And the other thing I'm really proud of is that I was part of the initial team many years ago, some 13 years ago, that developed the initial Think You Know package, and we were responsible for developing it and then rolling it out, and I stayed on as a volunteer to deliver that to adult audiences of an evening in my own time, and I still really enjoy doing those presentations. I think the skills that I'm eager to contribute to the ACE is that I potentially have a different way of thinking about things, and I think when combined with all the other brilliant people here at ACE, I think it could help us all to collectively continue to innovate and come up with different ways to solve problems. You can actually make a real difference. By doing the kind of work that we do, we can actually stop offending either before it happens or before it develops into something much worse. And I think that sense of satisfaction that you can get out of this crime type is a lot more tangible than some other crime types where you don't necessarily ever come into contact with victims and you won't have any idea how much impact you've actually had on the crime. So I think and it goes for other people that work in this crime type as well. Just that sense that you're actually genuinely helping somebody is very important and keeps a lot of people very motivated. If you're a parent or maybe a carer, educate yourself as to what your young person is doing online. Engage with them to understand what they're actually doing, who they're friends with online. Ensure that privacy settings are turned on where it's appropriate. And then also ensure that there's really open lines of communication so that if they did come to you with a problem, you would know how to take action, and that includes reporting it if you need to.